More than 100 world leaders yesterday agreed to end deforestation by 2030. Isn't that great?
Oh, it's so great.
It is so great.
Making a real difference.
Yeah, build back better. You know what I mean? This thing is broken. And yesterday, in between speeches and nap time, Joe Biden stepped to the microphones yesterday and outlined some pretty exciting things. For those who are all into saving the planet from global warming.
We're planning for both short-term sprint to 2030 that will keep 1.5 degrees Celsius in reach, and for a marathon that will take us to the finish line and transform the largest economy in the world into a thriving, innovative, equitable, and just clean energy engine. Net zero for a net zero world. That's why today I'm releasing the U.S. long-term strategy, which presents a vision of achieving the United States goal of net zero emissions economy-wide by no later than 2050.
Great.
And reinforces an absolutely critical nature of taking bold action in the decisive decade.
Oh, good sentence. Yeah, that was a good sentence.
Yeah, he is great. He's going to say, and we're going to transform the economy, the greatest nation in the world, into a green economy. And I think, when he says that, I think you understand that what he's talking about, because he released this, it means building more electric charging stations, more windmills, more solar-powered infrastructure that would improve the production and use of green energy. Also, he's going to electrify the school buses. So we have that going for us. And he is going to help Americans save what? He's going to help. I mean, this is the president of the United States. Remember, he's got to win elections. He's going to help Americans save
money.
No, not money. Energy.
Jobs.
He's going to help Americans save energy by installing solar panels on their homes and making their homes more energy efficient. And he's going to transform our economy from fossil fuels to new green energy. And that's going to happen, most of this, by 2030. That's going to be it's Build Back Better. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And it's going to be great. Now, let me go back to I'm going to fundamentally transform the world's largest economy. I mean, that seems like maybe something we should discuss, doesn't it? Doesn't that seem like something that maybe the wife and I should sit down at the table and talk about, Hey, honey, I've decided I'm going to fundamentally transform the way I look at and earn money. Okay. Okay. What exactly does that? Well, I don't believe in this capitalist system anymore, and so I'm going to fundamentally transform the way we pay our bills. You know what? Look, if these companies don't fall in line with my rules, then we can't buy them. We're not going to buy them, and we're going to punish them. Okay, wait, you don't really have the right to... Yeah, whatever. Just, I'm going to do it. I did it on executive order. I could have talked to you about it. Doesn't this seem like something we should all sit down and talk about? If you were going to change us from a capitalist to a centrally controlled society, we should probably, I don't know, maybe even have a vote on that.
You know, it's interesting you bring that up, Glenn. You might note that today is an election day.
Oh.
And quite a powerful message can be sent today.
Huh.
Particularly in Virginia, but all around the country.
Really?
Yeah, to point out that maybe if you don't think that socialism is the way to go, you may have some ability to do something about that today.
Well, the Environmental Protection Agency is acting, damn the torpedoes. They're going to limit methane coming from roughly 1 million existing oil and gas rigs across the United States. You know how they burn that excess? That we're going to limit that. And Canada said that they want to be net zero by 2050, and they have to hit a goal by 2030. And to do that, they have to cap the amount of oil being drilled for and shipped. So Canada is limiting their oil. So we could all be dependent for a while on Saudi Arabia, I guess. But they're going to make that more and more difficult to get to. The idea here is to drive your energy cost, the cost that you pay every time at the gas pump and every winter or every summer when you're heating or air conditioning your house, to drive it through the roof. So you will beg them for anything. Okay, I'll try your damn solar panel. It's got to be cheaper. But it won't be cheaper. It won't be cheaper. These ideas are, if you think that gas is going to go down, you are a moron. And I say that with all love and respect for all morons. I've been a moron myself at times.
Often.
Okay, you don't need to.
I'm trying to support you.
You're a moron. Look at what they're doing. Of course, there is no energy cost that is going to go down. When you're capping oil in Canada, you're canceling the pipelines, you're putting all kinds of restrictions on oil and gas retrieval. You're not going to dig for coal anymore. What are you, crazy? You think energy prices are going to go down? By the way, remember, part of the Build Back Better goal is that by 2030, you will own nothing. And to quote them, and you'll like it. No, I won't. I won't like it because that means I'm a slave to someone else. We had that system before. It was called serfdom.
Isn't there a road that leads there that you're supposed to avoid?
We're on it. We're on it. So here we are on the road to serfdom. Literally, you won't own anything. Well, how is that possible? Well, you make property taxes so high you cannot afford them. You put all kinds of regulation on farmers so they can't own the farm, but somebody will. Bill Gates is one of those. You won't be able to pass your farm on to your kids. These things are already in play. They're going to tax methane gas. They're going to stop methane gas. Well, cows are the biggest emitter of methane gas. So if you're going to screw the oil company, you got to screw the cow company too.
And they want to do that, obviously, when it comes to the...
It's why you're paying $10 a pound for meat. It is why. They are not controlling the monopoly of the meat processing plants. There is a monopoly, and they are getting rich while they are driving farmers and ranchers out of business. And they're doing it because those meat processing plants are all in on the global climate change and the Build Back Better. And so they are making impossible meat, impossible burgers or whatever, which I don't have a problem with. But don't you dare put people out of business through a monopoly of processing our meats. And that's what's happening. And it is the government's fault. All of these things are happening right now. And there's no conspiracy. See, this is why I say, don't you think we should talk about it? They won't talk about it because they say it's a conspiracy. It's just like CRT. They're saying CRT isn't taught in our schools, but you know what you call CRT and what others will call CRT is being taught in the schools. But the so-called experts will say, that's ridiculous. That is a crazy legal argument that was taught in Harvard, and it's not being... Yes, the legal argument is not being taught. But everything about CRT and its effects is being taught. And you know it. But they'll call you a conspiracy theorist for saying that you're saying that CRT is... Don't play that game. Don't play that game. These things are happening. And you can go to their website at thewhitehouse.gov. You can go to the Great Reset, and look for it at the worldeconomicforum.org, and you'll find all of it.
Yeah, no one's going to do that. And, you're just ranting on the radio. You'd need to come up with some sort of packaging to document all of this stuff. You'd need to come up with like a long-form packaging that people could see all of this and see all of the links and all of the resources and all of the references.
Like a book?
Yeah, like a book. You'd have to come up with an entire book on this.
But I have one right here. It's called Joe Biden and the Rise of the 20th Century Fascism, The Great Reset. And it's available at Amazon right now.
Really? You could pre-order that right now?
You can pre-order
How did I know
right
that
now?
It was pre-ordered
That
and
is
not
weird.
actually available yet.
Right.
It's weird how I knew that, but that's interesting.
Yeah.
Because, look, it is really important to have this stuff in one place. And as you point out, because of the issues being dealt with in the book is actually difficult to print in advance because they're going to go through that first printing, and it's going to be months before.
Yeah, it's 5 months for a reprint,
which is
so
insane.
we put a number on the first printing. This is the first time I am independent. I am not doing another contract with Simon & Schuster. I don't want another contract with any of these people because they work against our interests. And I will write the books I want to write, and I'll put them out when I want to put them out. So this is the first one, and now it's happening in the Great Reset, and I was told by the printers that it'll be 5 months before you get a second printing, so you better order enough. I don't know what to order, so please pre-order now so we have some idea of what the interest is on this. So you get your book. If you order now, pre-order now, you'll be guaranteed to get your book when it comes out the first week of January. And again, it's called The Great Reset by me, Glenn Beck.